My Gavana Melanin, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to perform our ritual for Nienna and harness the powers of Nienna within us in a very purification type of ritual, all about renewal and rebirth of ourselves. And so if you have not gotten a chance to watch my other Nienna video, I suggest you do that. But this one is all about the ritual and how we call and harness those powers within ourselves. Very important powers that Tolkien wrote that Nienna represented. And I have Calatirniel here with me to go through the movements with you all. And we will go through everything with you. Follow the screen when we start our toning and the hand movements, and you will do just fine.
Eru. Elenia. Anaria. Isilia. Alduya. Menelia. Earenia. Valaria. Arda. Ea. We now call in the directions and the Valar. So go ahead and trace the Tangwar for east, which is not Foreman. Roman, sorry, it was like just had a brain fart. So let's trace that in the air. Hold our hand in what we call the Fear Not Mudra to seal the energy of the east for men. Sorry, Roman. Roman. We now call on Manwe Sulimo, the High King of Arda, of the eagles and the winds, and his lady Varda Elentari, the Queen of the Stars and protector of Arda and Iluvatar's children. And we welcome you into our circle. Ayah.
Ayah.
Next, we do Hjarmen, which is south. So we'll trace that into the air. Hold our hand. Hjarmen. We now call on Tulkas, the youngest, bare-handed, ruddy warrior Vala, and Nessa, the sister of Orome, and the friend of the deer, and she who dances on the new green grass. We welcome you into our circle. Ayah.
Ayah.
Next, we do Foreman. This is the one that keeps sneaking up on me, apparently. So we'll trace that in the air. Foreman. We now call on Ayule the smith, who dwells in the ground, the Vala of mining and crafting of metals and gemstones. He who created the dwarves as a gift to Ilúvatar, and our motherly Yavanna Kementari, the giver of fruits, the queenly Valier of Arda's maturing green vegetation, and of the harvest and the life that nourishes us all. We welcome you into our circle. Ayah.
Ayah.
We now do the symbol for, it's called Ore. It's like the heart, the inner mind. You can actually do it on you, or you can do it in front of you, either way. So I'll do both. And I put my hand on my heart chakra. We intone, me. We now call on the hunter Vala Orome, lord of the forest, he who loves the elves and wanders all of Arda on horseback with his horn. And Vana, the ever young and vital, she who aligns with the flowers and the new plant growth. We welcome you into our circle. Ayah.
Ayah.
We now have one for Velia, the sky, and we intone or above. And I usually do it above, but you can do it in front of you. It's still fine. We'll put our hand in this Fear Not Mudra. Or. We now call on Lorien, the Vala of the high light gardens, who nurtures our goals, visions, and dreams, and Este the gentle, the Valier of rest, sleep, and healing. We welcome you into our circle. Ayah.
Ayah.
Next, we do a Tengwar that is for actually Arda. And we trace that, and you can even trace it down below if you like. And we intone Undo, which means below. Undo. We now call on those of the Valar who walk alone. Ulmo, the brother of Manwe, the powerful and protective Vala of all the musical waters of Arda, and Nienna, the Valier of our transformation and our rebirth, she who, with her tears, intensely cleanses and restores all forms of fear, pain, and hurt that have come before. We welcome you into our circle. Ayah.
Ayah.
And now we want to trace the Tengwar for Newman, which is west. Newman. We now call on Namo, the Vala of the balance and fair judgment of our respective paths of death, and Vaire the weaver of the ever-changing black and white threads of the time, past, present, and future. We welcome you into our circle. Ayah.
Ayah.
And finally, we draw a flame in front of us, and this represents the flame imperishable. We intone Iluve, which means the all and the everywhere. Iluve. And then we put our hands in like namaste prayer. We acknowledge that we are one with Ilúvatar, as well as the spirit of Christ consciousness, and feel that the flame imperishable within us in our circle of celebration this night. Laita.
Laita. As I begin the ritual, I want you to Allow yourself to feel a release of emotions inside of you. Nienna especially is good and cleansing and transformative. Do not hold back if you feel something coming up. It means that it's truly something there that you've needed to deal with and needed to look at in order to move forwards. I'm particularly excited to do this video and with this Vala Nienna because it's about your transformation and mine and coming more into our elven spirit and bringing that forwards in the world. This is what this community is doing, and we are building a new earth together. We need to be examples of purification of ourselves, and this is because we look at the pain that we have dealt with in our past, and we acknowledge it, and we release it with the powers that Nienna gives us and helps us find within. Let us celebrate Solvalwaris, the Elven Day of Purification. This is also the ending of Hjörve, or Elven Winter, and marks the beginning of Kora Ire, the season of stirring, spring. We are excited for Arian and Arnar, the sun, to cycle back towards us, to soon begin a new Loa, or Elven year, and through this cycle of purification, we will be ready. In the Tia Elda Lieva, the Elven name of the Elven Spiritual Path, Solvalwaris aligns with Nienna, the Virgin Vala, who releases and cleanses away all that has died, be it our bodies or be it experiences that no longer are needed, and heals with her tears of mourning, as she has done with our home Arda, the earth itself when she was so deeply marred by the Dark One. Nienna also teaches pity and compassion, and this is reflected in the Legendarium of Tolkien's, when it is said Olorin, or his name on Middle-earth, Gandalf, was taught these honorable traits. As she is among the Fantori, Nienna also represents, along with her brothers Lorien and Mandos, the care of Ayras' children's of Arda, or Earth. Irmo, or Lorien, his name is, performs his task in sleep through dreams, and Namo, or another name, Mandos, performs his task upon death through fair judgment, and Nienna performs her task as a rebirthing, purification, and transformation, and her tool is her tears. These three have influences over the spirituality and spirits of all beings on Arda. Through her tears, she restores what has been marred or destroyed from its original pure state. She teaches us to see the pain deep within those that would cause such destruction or marring in the first place. And the compassion we learn is that their pain is even greater than our own. And through forgiveness of them, and through forgiveness of ourselves, and allowing ourselves to feel the pain and release this pain through our tears to be taken away, we too purify our souls. Nienna allows us to learn pity and exercise compassion towards ourselves, towards others, and towards Arda, or Earth, our home. Let our tears be a catharsis, a cleansing that allows complete renewal of our most pure state. Laita.
Laita. Our work is done. We acknowledge the existence of Iluvatar, all that is, and the flame imperishable while we are in circle, and we thank the Christ Spirit for being with us in circle. And may we see your presence in all outside this circle. Laita.
Laita.
Thank you to all of the Valar, and in particular to Nienna, for being with us in circle this night. We hereby open ourselves to you outside this circle. Laita.
Laita.
We acknowledge and are grateful to the elements and the directions, and to the silver and the golden light for creating our blessed space, in which we may do our spiritual work this sacred night. Laita.
Laita.
And now we want to push the gold and silver energy that we started the circle with. We want to push that down into Arda for healing. Arda, here is a gift of energy, of pure intent, of love, light, and healing that comes from the deepest places of our hearts. And may it heal you and all of your inhabitants and bring all things to natural balance. The circle is now open. Laita. And if some of you are a little lightheaded, and maybe you did the meditation in between when we called the circle and when we closed the circle, you may want to eat something or put a little bit of salt on the end of your tongue. And I wanted to specifically mention for the ritual of Solvalwaris for Nienna, it's a good idea to take a bath or a shower. A bath is brilliant, and especially if you can put some salt in the water to make kind of a tear kind of mixture for you to bathe in. It's really good to do that.
Yes, because you're shedding your old self, and the water will cleanse away that and bring you that renewal like her tears. And that could be that symbolism when you take your bath or your shower if you have to. That is going to help to renewal you. And I want to say, go to the Elven meditation that is linked in the description, and Nienna will bring you closer to her realms and show you how to have compassion for those that destroy everything. And it's a really powerful guided meditation. Really particularly very good if you find that you're having a hard time forgiving others and moving forwards, and having a hard time finding compassion in your hearts for the ones that seem to be doing the most evil on earth. It is time to find your true power by forgiving and letting go, not holding on to that anger inside you. And so we wish you a wonderful Imbolc and Nienna.
Happy Solvalwaris.
Happy Solvalwaris.
Good night.